Hello and welcome to the world of Phantasy Star Online. My name is Brian, and in this guide we're going to be diving into Mag Raising 101. Whether you're going for what we call a pure build, or you're just trying to find the best things to feed your mag to level it up, I want to help guide you through mag raising as well as to do it completely for free. In the world of Phantasy Star Online 2, mags are given to you at level 5 for free, but you only get one per character. Now the good news is you can make up to 3 characters and thus have 3 free mags that you can customize to that character specifically. However, if you want additional mags to equip on a single character, that's something you're going to have to open up your wallet for. So if you're looking to raise a mag for free, here's how you're going to have to do it. And first and foremost, it's going to start with creating at least 3 different characters. If you're going for that pure build, whether you're like focusing on a hunter, a ranger, or force, think S attack, R attack, and T attack. So your striking, your ranged, and your technique. That's how you're going to want to focus building out your mags. But because this is a 101 guide, let's go ahead and first start with how you actually unlock your mag for the first place. Starting at level 5, you can actually go talk with Coffee here, and you're going to want to use the mag license application client order. Just accept it. She's going to talk to you for just a few minutes, and you're going to see that it is now green, and you can turn this in for your reward. Doing so nets you some experience and also finally your mag license. Now with your mag acquired, you need to equip it, and you're going to do so by hitting your start menu, pulling up your mag option, and then selecting equip from the menu itself. Again, because you can have multiple mags, you're going to have to set which one you want equipped. Mags will actually add their stats to yours, so raising a mag, especially raising it in the best effective way possible, is going to help overall your character. And to de-level them, to fix them, it can be very costly and expensive and a lot of grinding that could just be avoided by obviously just working through this naturally. Now, I'm not going to judge you if you make mistakes. This is a 101 guide after all. And as a new player, chances are, you know what? It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to experiment. I don't want you to be subject to the meta, but I do want to save you time and money. And that's what this is going to hopefully dive into. And so with that, let's go ahead and level up our mag for the first time. Selecting the mag, you can hit give items, and from here you can see I've got a couple of different weapons, and I'm going to show you the effects of weapons and of different armors that you can equip here. You can see that they are going to level up different stats. So if you look on the screen, you can see dexterity is leveling up as well as technique defense. Depending on the piece of gear, you can see here arms are going to level up your range defense, and legs are going to level up your striking defense. So from an armor perspective, I would recommend not feeding it armor, focusing in on obviously your attacks, your weapons themselves. So guns obviously are going to level up your ranged attack. Wands are going to level up your technique attack. And swords are going to level up your striking attack. You can also see here that they're also putting a little bit into dexterity. And so if we're going to focus in on a pure build, dexterity outside of like a bouncer or a braver or a phantom, which is not available yet in North America, that's something you're not necessarily wanting to level up. But let's just say I wanted to level up striking. I can go ahead and select this the sword and go ahead and give it to him. And you can see here, obviously, the more rare than an item is, the higher levels it's going to gain from that. So I'm going to just go ahead and feed it to him. And a couple things you can see here happening right now. My striking is leveling up. That is a good thing. Now, if I fed it another sword, it's going to continue to level up. Also, my dexterity is leveled up, and my energy has filled up to 32%. This is going to slowly level down. Once you're at 99, 100%, you're not going to be able to feed it more food. You're going to have to wait. It's a time gating mechanism for leveling up your mag. You can also see overall my mag has reached level 2. As it levels up, like level 30 and other tiers, it's going to evolve, and it's going to get additional skills, and it's going to be able to do a lot of things for you. That's why you really want to focus in on leveling and feeding it the right foods so that you're taking advantage of it. And that's why for free, you want to do multiple characters so that if you have a striking kind of character versus a ranged character versus a caster, you can have 3 different mags and again, not have to pay a single penny for that. And I think that's an overall good thing. However, you do you, and you raise the mag that you want to raise the way you want to raise it. So again, if I went over here and picked on, again, a wand, you can see it's going to level up my striking and my dexterity. Now, how do you go about getting that pure build? There's a thing called furniture in this game. You could call it room, and I'll show you a very cheap way of how to acquire these items here really easily. But you can see here, if I use like a bone stone, it's going to level up my ranged a little bit, but it's also going to level down. You can see that with the blue line here, that's going to take out that energy from dexterity. So if you're going for that pure striking build, try to see and find items that will eventually not have that happen to you. Different room items are going to either slightly level up the stat, but they're also going to take out that dexterity. It's going to be a give and take. It's going to be kind of almost a little bit of teeter-totter essence when leveling up your mags themselves. A very cheap way to go about this, you can buy them from shops in the game, but you can also go to the player shops themselves. And when using a player shop, it's going to ask you for a password for the first time. You can go to item search and you can say on your category, you can pick room goods. And then from a rarity perspective, if you set it to 4 and set it to only, you can now search by price, and you can see that you're going to have different items here that are going to cost different, currency. In this case, I don't have any because this is a brand new character that I've created just for this example and for this guide. So you can find different items from the player shop, and this is going to find typically cheaper options for you, so you can use these furnitures to keep that dexterity low, or if you have to, level down some of your things. So make use of the player shops in this case. When you log in, your mag is low energy, you will see like a little battery symbol next to their name. It's telling you, hey, I'm hungry, go ahead and feed me. So let's go ahead and on a different character show you what it looks like when feeding my mag here. So here with this item, this room good here, you can see here it's going to level up my striking and it's going to level down my dexterity. And overall, this is a pretty good thing. Now, I bet I could probably feed it a couple more swords in order to continue to level it up. So there you can see me doing that. I've done that sword, and I'm going to do this sword as well to keep feeding it up to its energy level. And you can see that dexterity ever increasing. I don't want it to hit level 1 on dexterity, so here I might jump in and use the statue to help give it a little bit more of that striking, while at the same time reducing its overall dexterity in this case. So be mindful of what you're using and what you're feeding it, and go from there. Now you can also feed it items, you can feed it discs, you can feed it everything. The mags are very hungry when it comes to leveling them up. So just pay attention to the build that you want to get. I'm going to continue to recommend to focus in on your strike attack, your ranged attack, and your T attack for whatever your class is going to play. Obviously, because you can play all the classes on one character, at that point, it's going to be too much work for you to try to mix and match and build out the perfect mag for just that one character. So you probably are going to have to purchase other mags if you want to stick with just one character. Now, what you're trying to avoid is something like this. And I did this, and I know whenever I was streaming and whenever I was showing this off in previous videos, people would be like, oh my God, what did you do to that mag? That poor mag. And I hear you. And I did it for science. And that was always my reply. I wanted to show how to raise a mag, but at the same time, how it can get out of whack. And this would be incredibly time consuming and expensive to fix. And so my only option is to roll a new character or to open up my wallet and purchase a new mag at this point. And that could be, maybe that's not for me. And so hopefully you can avoid this pitfall in which that I actively stepped in on on purpose. You can see your striking level 43, range 19, technique 46. Like this mag is all over the place from there. So you can also get a couple things as they level up. They're going to get a photon blast. There's a lot of value to the mag. So don't ignore the system out of fear. Even if you haven't decided on what to main for your character. Let's say you're testing out Hunter and then maybe you're going to like Ranger. Nothing wrong with it. Maybe when starting out the game, don't worry about feeding your mag right away. Kind of get a feel, get some items, fill them up in your inventory, put them in your bank, and then that way when you're like, okay, this is what I'm going to focus in on. Okay, now I'm going to level up my mag. And because of that, because of the nature of your 3 characters, you get your 3 mags, you can really focus in on all 3 of the stats here. Hopefully this has been a good introduction to leveling up your mag. Hopefully this is going to help alleviate any kind of anxiety or stress when stepping into the world of Phantasy Star Online 2. If it doesn't, if I missed anything, if you have any additional questions, sound off in the comments below or check out our Discord server where we can interact more in real time. I'd love to help you out and hopefully help make this game a blast to play, because it really is. And I think the mag system is one of the really highlights of the game. It's something that I've loved since the original Phantasy Star. And I hope that one day other games will start to adopt this kind of mindset because of how it impacts you, because of what it can do for you in the game itself. Anyway, for Ginger Prime Gaming, my name's Brian. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.